Welcome back, YouTube. We're back for another year, and I can't wait to show you what I'll be doing this year. Good morning, YouTube. I am back in my classroom, and to be fair, I've been here a couple of times, mostly to just bring a bunch of stuff in, but I am gearing up to start school next week, and I'm really excited to show off some of the things that I'll be doing in my classroom this year. Last year, I have a whole vlog showing you everything that I did in my classroom. Last year was a really big year. This year, I'm kind of just adding some embellishments. There is one big project that I have going on in the back of the room, but before I jump into it, I have a bunch of stools and things that need to be put back. I want to put my chairs back. So I want to kind of just do all of those things that I need to do in order to kind of clear off some workspace. You will notice as I show you some of the things that I'm doing in my classroom today, I do have a wrap on my leg, and that's because I had vein surgery. I'm feeling fine. In fact, the exercise and up and moving and walking around is really good for my leg. It looks a lot worse than it is. So for anybody else that suffers from varicose veins, I had the, I think it's called radio frequency ablation. It's really not that invasive. It was a real quick thing. I mean, honestly, it's a little scary. They insert like this huge, like long wire into your leg and a sensor and essentially cauterize the vein. If you're interested, I'm happy to talk about my recovery, but I just wanted you to know if you see this little wrap on it, that's why. Now that that's done, let's talk a little bit about what I'm planning on doing in my classroom this year. I only have really today and tomorrow without, starting meetings and stuff with teachers. We come back on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday is pretty much meetings. I really won't have time to do much else. Wednesday I'll have to myself to do any remaining things that I need to do. So really I have today and tomorrow to get my act together as far as some of these things. Now this might be a little bit of an ambitious list. I know it looks pretty long, but there's a lot of things that are fairly quick. So one of the things that I thought I could do today is get my shelves up. So I used to have near my teacher desk, I don't really have a desk. It's more of this lab table that actually you're sitting on right now. I used to have these hanging up, and this summer they actually fell down. And to be honest, I painted them and I like them, but I don't love them. So I thought, you know what, let me give more of an updated look. So I purchased some 3M products, and this is not an ad by any stretch of the imagination. This is the first time that I'm going to be using them. They're actually shelves. So actually, let me grab them and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so I got these little tiny shelves. They're pretty cute. I thought that would be nice for some of the pictures that I have near my desk so I can clear off some space. There's only 2 in the box, but I can obviously order more. And then I've got these longer shelves. So I should probably open these to see what they look like. Okay, so here they are. They're just typical black shelves. And what I was kind of imagining with this is I could put anything that I need to use. I have this Einstein head that I absolutely love. Look, he's a blonde. Did you know that? But I absolutely love my Einstein head, and that was sitting on one of those little hexagon cyclohexane looking things. So instead I thought I could throw this on there, and then I always have my joke about, do you get it? Come on, think about it. The lone pair. Get it. Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. So I was thinking that I could put some of these things on there just to make it a little bit easier to grab. I don't use it all the time, but I like to tell jokes and stuff to the kids, and so that way I can kind of grab it and, show them it. Now, as far as where I'm envisioning putting that, let me just rotate you. I'm thinking, whoops, that's the wrong way. I'm thinking, whoop, it'll actually go probably right over here. I was thinking about putting a shelf here. I have 2 shelves that are this length. So one of the things that you'll also notice on my list is I want to move my Raz letters. So I have Raz. I'll actually move it again. See, I have Raz sitting right over there. I want to move that because I want to put a mirror over here. I can't tell you how many times students ask me, Miss Raz, do you have a full-length mirror? So I got this absolutely adorable mirror from, I think it was Kohl's. Yeah, I think I got this from Kohl's. it was on sale and, you know, got the Kohl's cash. So I absolutely loved it. I've never seen anything like this. And I just thought it was so cute with like the little scalloped edge and it's purple. And I don't know, I just loved it. So I was actually going to put this right over here where the Razz letters are. But I was thinking that what I could do is position the Razz letters on top of this. So I would like put them up here. And then I was thinking I would actually throw it up there. Right? I thought that would be kind of cute. So what I'll probably do is maybe I'll remove the Razz letters first and then I'll try to see if they fit on here. That'll give me a better idea of whether or not I'm going to use both of these, like one up there and one down there, or if I'm going to use both of them right here. So maybe I'll do that first. All right, so this is what it would look like up there because it's definitely not long enough. And I'm thinking no, I don't really like it. So I think I'm just gonna throw the letters up there without anything underneath it. And then I'll be able to actually use this as like a legitimate shelf that I can put stuff on. If you're doing stuff in your classroom, you need a level. I use this all the time whenever I'm hanging stuff up. I bought this from Dollar Tree. It was close to $1. I love it, and I'm going to use this to try and hang the mirror. The mirror is a little heavy. I did get these command strips that are for 20 pounds. Hopefully they'll hold. I think it's about 20 pounds, but it looks like what I have to do is I attach it to the mirror, and then I attach the mirror to the wall, and then have to remove the mirror to let the adhesive work on the wall, and then I can reattach it. So wish me luck. Here we go. Oh my God, I just broke the mirror. It broke into 3 pieces. And for transparency purposes, I'm definitely going to show this because I think people try to show that like everything works out perfectly each time, and it definitely doesn't. So now I got to think about what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to see if Kohl's has another one. Oh gosh, I cannot believe I did that. I'm so disappointed in myself. A colleague of mine just walked in, so I wanted to chat with her. And of course she walked in just literally as I dropped the mirror, and I was like, crap. So here's what I'm thinking. And actually after talking to her, she gave me the idea because she knows I'm really upset about this. What I could do, because I'm like so into making flowers and stuff with my Cricut, I could make flowers, right? Stay with me. I could make flowers and like hot glue them where the space is, and then it looks okay. So that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. So I'm not gonna freak out. I'm gonna stay calm. I may ask my husband to take me to Kohl's to see if there's another one. But if there's not, I'm not going to freak out. It's going to be okay. So now I can't let this derail me. I am going to let that set. And while I wait for that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reattach the Razz letters above so that I can kind of cross that off my list as well. Well, it looks like that's done. I am gonna wait on putting these up. I am not completely sold on where I'm gonna put them. So I think I'm gonna leave those up, and I'm not gonna make any rash decisions. I'm gonna live with it. And then now, gosh, all right, so where are we with the list? Let's take a look at that. So where are we with the list? Okay, so I'm pretty much done with the shelves. I did move Razz. I am going to finish hanging up the mirror in a moment. So maybe I'll do that. I'll hang up the mirror, and then Oh my God, the biggest project I don't even have on here. So, all right, so I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna hang the mirror and see if that holds. And then I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna show you my big project. Oh man, I hope it goes okay. So let me hang this mirror up. Let me make sure that's good. I will have to make flowers for that tomorrow to cover up where I broke it. And then we'll go from there. Mirror is up. We'll see if it falls down. I'll be back tomorrow. So if it falls down, then I guess I won't be that upset that I broke it. But yeah, let me show you the new project. Okay, it's time for that really big project that I was telling you about. So I got all of these mirrors from Dollar Tree. And what I want to show you is I'm planning on taking these mirrors and essentially lining them up all across this side of the room. And my intention with this is to give kids the ability to see their papers a little bit better, because when my students have to take assessments, I do ask them to spread out. I mean, this shape is like involved in so many different science things. So completely from Dollar Tree, very, very light. So again, I've got some 3M products that I'm going to use to hang these up. Now, here's the thing though. So I found these and I found 12 of them, I want to say, at Dollar Tree. I was actually able to buy them at Dollar Tree. And I wanted specifically, I wanted specifically the white, but I didn't have enough because, right, the goal is to do like the whole thing, right, the whole thing. So, so I didn't have enough, so I ended up going on dollartree.com and purchasing them there. But with that, they sell it half and half. So they will sell, like, for example, 12 mirrors, but they give you 6 black and 6 white. So you know me, it has to match. So I ended up painting the mirrors with my husband, and he was very sweet and set up little like sawhorses for me. So I'll insert some footage of that. Let me show you one that has been painted, and that's over here in my Pogo bag. And I didn't want it to chip, so that's why I put it like in paper like this. So this is what it looks like. Now this one, you may say, this, right, they look pretty similar. I think they look pretty good. Now you may say, how come there's no mirror in this one? Well, one of the things about Dollar Tree is when you get things shipped to you, sometimes things break. So I had like, I want to say 3 mirrors break, but it's not a big deal. I was like, whatever, it's fine. So the plan for the rest of today is to kind of lay these out and try to put these mirrors out like throughout the classroom, just along that little sliver. Okay, the first set is hung. I think I like it. I definitely was not entirely sure if I should put all of them like along the entire length of the wall. In fact, if I did, I don't think I have enough because, right, I wanted to do this and then I also want to do all of this, and I just simply don't have enough. So I think what I'm going to have to do in order to give my students more light while they're taking assessments is I'm going to have to actually just do it maybe where the testing seats are. That way they can see their papers a little better. So I have the first set up, so now I just got to do the rest of them. I just finished putting them all up and I think they look pretty good. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to hang the rest of them up. You can see I have a whole bunch. The ones that are stacked actually have some chips in them from when I was spray painting them, so I'm not going to actually be able to hang those up. I'll have to, I don't know, I'll have to get more white paint, I guess. But for right now, I think I'm going to live with it. I do have to clean them. I know the mirrors look incredibly dirty, but I'm pretty happy with them. It is 2:19 right now, and the last thing that I want to do before I leave is hang up some of my under the cabinet lighting. So I purchased this from Amazon, and by the way, I will link this down below if you're interested in purchasing this. So again, with the attempt of trying to increase the light that my students can, you know, take their assessments under, I did purchase these. Now these are very cool because, let me turn it on. So you can have white light. I don't know if you could see that, but you can also have different colors. Look at it go. I'll probably stick with the white light, but there are a whole bunch of options on this remote. And what's kind of nice about it, let me turn it off. What's kind of nice about it is that it's USB charged, and they give you like a whole bunch of USB cords. But then the other thing that's nice about it is it's actually magnetic. So you like push it up, right? And you hang it up, and then there's like this magnetic strip. Can I show you? Let me see. Yeah. So look, right? oops, sorry, I turned it on. So here's the light, and then here's the magnetic strip, and then you can just put this right underneath the cabinet, and then when you're ready to recharge it, you just take it down and you can do it easily. Let me turn this off. There we go. So yeah, so I'm gonna hang these up, and what's nice about this is it comes in a set of 6, and there's 6 testing seats around the perimeter of the classroom. So guess what? Every student gets one. So simple, so easy. This is exactly what I needed. Okay, it looks like that's done. It's 2:30 now, so that was really, really quick. I'm kind of running out of steam, so I think I'm gonna go home for today. Tomorrow I'll come in. I have some other fun things to show you that I'm just trying stuff out this year. I don't know if it's gonna go great, but one of the nice things about teaching is every year you start fresh and you can always start new things and see what works. And so I'm gonna show you a couple things tomorrow. But for right now, I did a lot. And so after my car appointment tomorrow, I'll be in here to finish up all the prep and then hopefully fix that mirror that I broke earlier. Good morning, YouTube. I'm back in for day 2, and I will be honest, yesterday I went home thinking I was kind of bummed. I wasn't really like as excited as I usually am when setting up my classroom. And I don't know if it was because I was upset about the mirror breaking yesterday, but I am feeling a little bit better today. I took some time to kind of think about what I wanted to do in my classroom. I did something that I absolutely love. I did work with my Cricut a little bit and made some things to just kind of try out. One of the things I wasn't crazy about back here is I felt like it looked really bare and not, I don't know, just not super engaging. So obviously I included the under cabinet lights yesterday, which I like, but I thought one thing that I could do is include some other fun things. So with my Cricut, and I just made a few of these because I wasn't quite sure, I'm going to show you what they are. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to actually like use this. So I just made a few. So I made these cute little molecules that I thought I would just try to hang up there and kind of see what they look like. They match my like color scheme, right? I kind of have the gray walls, but then I love a little pop of neon. They also match the atoms that I have in the front of the classroom. So I made these 2, and hopefully they're not too big. I kind of just eyeballed it. I made this one, which I thought was cute, and then I made this one. So I would say if all else fails and like maybe these are too big and I'm not actually able to use them underneath here, probably what I'll do is I'll put it on the wall of what does a scientist look like. That I created like, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. So I'll probably put them up there. But I thought the molecules would be a nice complement because I've got atoms at the front of the classroom and I've got molecules in the back. And I thought it, like I said, I just wanted to kind of liven up the space a little bit and make it a little bit more engaging. And of course, incorporate some chemistry. So I think that's the first thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to hang up some of those and look at those. Oh, and then, okay, so I told you I broke my mirror yesterday. So my wonderful husband took me to Kohl's yesterday, and believe it or not, there was one mirror left. There was just one, and I said, this is a sign, I have to buy it. So I did buy it. Now a $10 mirror quickly became a $30 mirror because again, I broke the one yesterday and it was $20 yesterday that I had to buy the new one, but it's okay. I do feel better about it. I don't really like having that kind of like glass edge. I think that's kind of dangerous. So I'm not going to use the mirror that I broke. And then of course, my wonderful husband is actually coming to school today to install it for me because he is just wonderful. And he knows that his type A wife just simply can't handle it. So he's going to come in and he's going to help me out with that. So I think while I wait for him, I'm going to hang up some of these molecules. I gotta tell you, I'm constantly amazed with what I can do with a Cricut. I mean, how simple are those? And they just look so freaking cute. I mean, I hope you think they look cute. I think they look absolutely adorable. I just used some masking tape and put them up, but I feel so much better because yesterday I was totally stressing out. I'm like, I just bought like 24 of these mirrors and I really don't love the way they look. I was telling my husband about it. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But I am so impressed. Well, now I know what I'm going to be doing over the long weekend, the Labor Day weekend. I'm going to be making some more molecules to fill up my wall. But I think that looks so freaking cute. I hope you agree. Phew. Okay, so I'm happy. Catastrophe averted. That is good. So now the next thing, gosh, what do I want to do next? I'm looking at my list of things to do. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I think I am going to work on my bulletin board. So last year I went through a bunch of different things, and this bulletin board is in the student section of the classroom. Actually, let me bring you over there so you can see what it looks like. So this is the bulletin board. This is specific in the like classroom area. And so, this is really about the students. And I've done a lot of different things over the years. I've shown you guys, I've done like pictures, right? And like had a quote in the middle about teamwork, and like took pictures of the students and then printed them out and put them on there all year long. The one year I had like a coloring thing where the kids like were able to kind of stress release a little bit in color. And then last year I really utilized this as a place to show students like, what can you do with a chemistry degree? I kind of want to start the year with something new, especially because a lot of the honor students that I had last year are now coming to work with me in AP, which I'm very excited about. But the first unit is called Tools of Chemistry. And I thought one of the cool ways to demonstrate this unit would be using a word wall. Now, I know word walls are typically used with younger students just to get them used to like the vocabulary and memory recall and reading, of course. But for the high schoolers, I was thinking like, okay, I could create the word wall, and as I'm teaching each concept, I can add one more word to the word wall. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. Oh, it looks like my husband is here, so he's going to install that for me, and then I'll hop back on and tell you all about what I am doing with this. Check it out. It is hung up, and it's not broken, and I can't get over how fast he did this, and it's completely straight. I mean, he's a keeper. He's amazing. Now, while he was doing that, I took down the Careers in Chemistry bulletin board, and now I cut it. Now, I'm sure you know this, but quick tip, because when I was in school, I never had to make bulletin boards, at least when I was an undergrad. I cut one, right? I leave it up there all year. I never just tear it down. I leave it up there until I'm ready to do the next one, because then I can very easily size it. I don't have to worry about trying to get it the exact size that I need. That way I kind of just use this one as a template and use that to cut this one. So now I'm going to put that up here. So what do you think? I like it. It's definitely different than I usually keep it more neutral, as you saw. But I thought this year, I'll do something a little different, a little bit more color, and I like it. It's still pastel-y and calm, and this is the first time I've actually used this paper. I don't know who makes it, but it's a really good brand. I think I don't know. Now you're going to make me look for the packaging because I just unwrapped it. Give me one sec. I'll grab the packaging and tell you what it is. So it's Better Than Paper. And I will say it is very thick. So I did have a little bit of a hard time kind of getting it up there, but I know it's going to last on there forever. I will link this on my Amazon account so that you can kind of click the link and then it'll take you there if you're interested. The next thing that I want to do for the bulletin board is I want to show you the words that I'm going to include, and hopefully they're big enough. After looking at this, I don't know. So I printed out, well, I didn't print, I used my Cricut to cut words like hypotheses, questioning. And so the idea is that they'll, like, as we do each thing, I'll hang them right on the word wall. Like I said, I've never made a word wall before. So hopefully these are pretty large. I mean, there are a lot of words that I cut. I'm going to put this, I think I'm going to put this, my gosh, I keep dropping everything today. This is crazy. I'm going to put this right like in the center, I think, of all the words so that the students can read it. But look, I'm going to hang it up, but looking at it, I'm wondering if I made it too small and I should make it bigger. But let me like kind of plot it out and see what it looks like. So I'm going to just use some masking tape like I usually do and just hang it up there and see what it looks like. So I hung all the words up there. Now here's the thing. I'm going to go all the way back here and I'm going to look. And you can actually see the words pretty well. And that was what I was concerned about, right? Like if it's a word wall, the kids have to be able to read, the words wherever they are in the classroom. My idea was, at least with word walls, is giving students a chance to also visually represent some examples of like what this could be. So like, I was kind of thinking that like I could have maybe like each table design some sort of like pictorial representation of each of these words, and then I could actually put it on the bulletin board. So that's kind of what I was thinking, and I feel like with the words being this size, I will have space to display whatever the students have written. So I think I am going to keep the words. I am going to take this down for right now, but I will change the Tools of Chemistry title to make that a little bit bigger. Well, believe it or not, it is 4:08, and that is because I needed some help with my Chromebook. I think I might have told you yesterday, but I can't remember it. I'm sorry if I did. But basically, we got Chromebooks this year that we have to use with our students. Not super thrilled about it. One of the downsides is I'm not able to use my projector. I can't figure out what's wrong with it. So somebody came up and was trying to help me, and they must have stayed here for at least an hour trying to figure out what was wrong with it. Long story short, you can actually use the pens that come along with my Epson projector for actually acting as a mouse. You can only do it in mirror mode. I wanted to extend the display. Anyway, it's a whole big thing. So I'm very disappointed. So they spent a lot of time up here, so I was busy doing that. And then of course I ran into some coworkers, some colleagues that I haven't seen in a while, so I was catching up with them. So I've been doing a lot of talking and not a lot of working. So there's, I think, one more thing that I want to do before I leave. And this is probably one of the things that I'm most excited about. I'm going to just unbox it and show you what it is. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I'm thinking about using it. So you may say, Karen, why the heck did you buy a gumball machine? Well, first of all, I'm not using it as a gumball machine. I'm going to use it as a candy dispenser. Usually when students take tests, I always give them like candy. So I'll give them like a piece of candy. The kids use a lot of glucose when they take assessments. So that's just my way of saying, great job, you finished your test, here's a piece of candy. You could freshen up a little bit. So at first I was thinking like, oh, the kids could just like use it on test days. And I was like, I don't really, then it's not like super special. So then I was like, okay, a better idea would be if the kids could use it as an incentive. So when I play games with the kids, for example, I usually have first, second, third place winners. They can use this. And then I kind of thought, you know, I was going to originally do it as like not coined, meaning like the kids weren't going to put money in it. But then I thought, you know what, it'd be kind of cool to actually like give the kids money. So like, right, the kids win the game. I give the kids quarters. And then they can use the quarters to redeem the prize. And then at the end of the year, I can donate the money to some organization of their choice. This is actually glass, so I'll hold it up. So it is glass, and I was a little freaked out. So what I decided to do was I bought this little acrylic one. So plastic. So this will make it a lot safer, I think. That way, if it is, you know, it will be in the classroom area, it's a lot safer for it to be around the kids. God forbid if it gets knocked over, I'll be devastated, but, you know, it won't break in a million pieces. So I thought that would be safer for the kids as well. I was thinking I should really name this machine. So in terms of naming it, when you've seen stuff that I've had before, a couple years ago I created this candy dish, right, that has C12H22O11 on it. And I was like, oh, I could just put that on here. But then again, it's not super special. So what I want to do is use my Cricut and like name it something. So I was on ChatGPT and I was like having a little conversation with it, trying to think about and brainstorm names. Give me some names that I could call this thing. And if I love it and I end up calling it that name, I'll give you a gift card. So I'll give you a gift card to anything you want, right? You want Starbucks, you want MsRazChemClass.com, you want whatever. I'll give you a gift card to something, and that'll be my thank you for helping me name this machine. So now what I think I need to do, even though I don't have the candy to really put inside of it, what I need to do is take out the glass and put that someplace safe, but then I'm gonna reattach the acrylic one, so that'll be nice and easy, and then I'm gonna assemble the whole thing so that it's ready to go when we come back to school next week. One more thing that I want to do before I leave today, and that is to fill up the bookshelf with all my books and stuff that I like to put out for the kids. So I'll probably do that. And then there was one other thing. Oh, yes, I want to set up the student area over here. I don't have much changes to that, but I'll still show you what I put out for the kids. I might change some things depending on how much time I have. It'll just be 1 or 2 less things that I have to do when I come in on Tuesday, and then I think that'll wrap this vlog up. Okay, well, I think the room looks great. I definitely have to clean up a little bit, but for the most part, even though I did a lot of chatting today and catching up with colleagues, I think the room looks awesome. When I come in on Tuesday, I'm going to make it my goal to finish that back wall. So that means this weekend I have to create some molecules for the back wall, and then hopefully finish up the candy dispenser. So before I get out of here, I just want to say thank you so much for giving up your personal time to hang out with me and kind of see what I'm doing in my classroom. I have so many exciting things to share with you this upcoming year. I think it's going to be a wonderful year for everybody, myself, my students. I'm just excited for all the things that I'm going to engage my students in, and I think it's just going to be awesome, and I'm bringing you guys along for the ride. So as always, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to inspire you. Hopefully I inspire and motivate you and teach you a few things. And as always, I welcome your comments and your feedback, especially if you have a good name for that candy dispenser. I want to hear what it is. As always, I wish you a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I'll be sure to check in with you next week.